Hello there folks, Kirk here with Kirk Giordano and Plastering. What we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to do a scratch and a brown on a pretty cut up porch. I came here the other day and they were just getting ready to do the concrete work. By the way, the job is completed, the construction by Mark Shore Design and Construction. You could reach him in Albany. His telephone number is 847-8900. Does kitchens, bathrooms. He is absolutely one of the best contractors out there. In fact, I was noticing when I came out here 2 days ago, the rebar they put inside the front porch, way above what's necessary. A grade 5, heavy duty stuff. Must have been a real challenge just to bend it all. Anyway, what we got going here is, it's pretty cut up. It's a small thing, but it's got a lot of corners, a lot of columns, a lot of detail to it. So we'll show you how we do it when we get to that stage. Alright guys, I'll show you a little bit about how Mark lathed this. A lot of times we'll lathe everything we do, but sometimes two contractors want to lathe it. We go ahead and encourage that. Mark did a great job here. Underneath here he's got metal, he's got grease membrane, he's got paper, and we're going to go right down to the stairs. He's got a lot of columns here. A lot of corners, a lot of detail. Inside the porch area there's also a lot of detail. What you see here, we got on the other side, but we're not going to be able to show you that because of the tarp. It's going to be too dark. However, we will show you how we do the scratch and the brown on this and match the existing finish when we get to this stage. We're going to go ahead and turn that noisy mixer on right now, so once we get going, we'll show you how we do it. Alright guys, we have put in the first coat on. It's called the scratch coat. We're going to come right back around and follow it up after it has a chance to cure. Alright guys, everything is scratched right now. See these horizontal line, that's the scratch we put in it. And what Jason and I are doing is we're putting on a fat, ugly coat because I'm going to brown it with the Derby. As soon as we get it on, and this doesn't have to be pretty. In fact, the uglier the better. We put it on real heavy. That way, when I come to Derby it, which I'll show you in a minute, I have some excess mud there. Doesn't have to be pretty. What I like is a lot of fat in my corners. So my corners right here, I put a lot of mud in them. Just like that. Uglier the better, as long as it's fat. I want a lot of fat on this. The way I can pull it off. I'll show you how I pull it off. You're good. A lot of fat. The more fat, the easier my next rod is going to be. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to take this Derby or straight edge, and I'm going to follow my grounds, meaning the screeds here. I take it right here, come straight up. Just like that. If I have holidays, I follow them. Just like that. Throw that excess right in here. Here's a drip screed right here, so I'm going to follow my drip screed. That's my guide. In the corner, and push it in, just like that, push it in. And I have a lot of fat there, so it makes it a lot easier than if you're trying to put it on too thin. Too much work. Just like that. I'll show you how we get a nice clean corner. Okay. There it is. There it is. Now I take this straight up. Right here. I've been doing this a long time. I used to work behind a pump where we would shoot out about 10 or 15 houses a day. And there'd be a guy like me and we'd follow the pump. So, take practice, but that's how you get a wall true and plumb. Again, right here, with the street. That's what I want to get on. I got excess mud. I look for a place that's hollow. And I just put that excess mud on there. There we go, one more time in that corner. Just like that. And I'm going upward. Up. Nice clean corners. This way when I go to float this, the wall's true and plumb. If the wall's true and plumb, my job's easier. If I have it all out of alignment where it's crooked, then I've got to, it's going to take a lot longer to straighten out and put it down. So we always want a wall true and plumb. There we go. I could actually float that right there. One more time right here. Straight up. And when I'm using this Darby, what I'm doing is pretend we're taking the wall here and straight up like this. We're not pushing it in, gouging it every which way. Straight up just like that. And there you have it. Now this is going to set for about 30 minutes, then it's ready to float. We'll show you that part too. Okay guys, I told the homeowner and the builder, Mark, they said, well, have you ever seen a texture like this? And what they originally had here was a float finish. It's a heavy float finish for these Albany homes. Real common. And what it looks to me is if somebody came with some elastomeric primer, real thick paint, and they applied it with a roller. And I see a lot of this inside. I rarely see it on the outside, but anyhow, I'm going to show you how we match this particular finish. Then on the front of the house, we're going to give it the proper finish, which is a heavy float finish. All right. Climbing up this ladder here. Now, say for example, I've floated this already. This is pretty wet. We're using the Rapid Set, and you got to keep this stuff wet. Keep it wet. And as I said earlier, Rapid Set, it says same day stucco. That just means you do the scratch coat and the brown coat same day. But there's no such thing as a one coat material that I'm aware of. All right. Now that I've floated it, that's what they originally had. It looks like they applied the bonding or the paint and then they used a heavy roller. So let's see what we got here. That's it. I see this often on interior finishes where it'll have a heavy orange peel look. So that's what I'm going to do on this side here. And when we get to the front, we got all that tarp in the way. It's going to be kind of tough to see it, but I'll show you how we're just going to do a regular float finish such as this right here. Right now we're at a stage where we're allowing this to dry another 10-15 minutes. When we get there, I'll show you this. Okay guys, I'm on the front of the house now, and what I'm doing here is I'm floating everything. A lot of water with this particular product. We want it to slow cure. Started off pretty cold, so that's good. All right, so now this particular finish, I'm hitting it very light with the trowel. After I put it on, just knocking some of the high stuff down, because that's what they have in the front of the house. Just barely knock it down. Now I don't want to go hard. If I go hard, I seal it and it cracks. Over on this cap here, I asked the folks, what do you want? You want it solid so you can place a plant there? Well, my recommendation is we pyramid it, that way water doesn't set. So they went with my recommendation. What we do is we just put a little bit of mud on it. Watch how easy this is to pyramid this. Okay, we start here, and it actually works out real well. It kind of does it for you if you know how to hold the tool. Just like that. Boom. Now that's what we call a pyramid. That way the water won't set there. Of course you can't put no plants there. Anyhow, we're got about another 2 hours when we're finally complete with everything else. I'll show you the results of everything. Alright guys, we are all complete with this. As you can see, our texture matches their texture. We did a heavy float and a light going over with a trowel, just barely touching it to give what they have here. We had a little bit of issues with these columns and these caps because the corners were tweaked here and there on all of them, but nothing we couldn't handle. Anyhow, my name is Kirk. Thank you folks for watching, and as usual, I'll see you guys on the next one.